It's Tobago Thursday here on the Now Morning Show, and to mark International Women's Day, the Garrison Charter and Baptist Archdiocese, along with the Spiritual Baptist Faith Incorporated, will launch Deborah's Courtyard and Empowerment Project, Empower Her project, and fund tomorrow in Arima. We have Sovereign Mother Superior of the Spiritual Baptist Faith Incorporated, Dr. Agatha Carrington, to tell us more. Good morning and welcome, Dr. Carrington.
Pleasant morning. Pleasant morning to Trinidad and Tobago. Pleasant morning to the women of this nation. Happy International Women's Day, and we are counting down because tomorrow is a big day. And so hours to come, we will be commemorating an important event in the calendar, the international calendar, if I may say. And this year, our campaign theme is Inspire Inclusion. And that's just what we are seeking to do. Our event is going to be held in Arima from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Police Service Credit Union Conference facilities. And so we look forward to seeing our women there modestly dressed in white, and we occupy that space for 3 hours tomorrow.
Sounds like good stuff. Tell me a little bit, though, before we get into the event, as to what exactly is Deborah's Courtyard?
So Deborah. So Deborah's Courtyard, as in the book of Judges, speaks to Deborah's role, Deborah's service. And we felt that we would adopt that sort of aura, that sort of theme, because we wanted to work towards molding our women to be, yes, courageous, but to be humble, to be the recognition of the women, the role of men in what they do. All these are important traits that we want our women to have. And we thought this space will allow us to mold our women to be better or to be the best that they can be and contribute to society. And that's why we felt we'll adopt the courtyard a model. Let me just say, it is that at Deborah's Courtyard, members will hold court, as it were, and look at those issues, those social issues that may be affecting our women and girls, and seek to resolve them. And so that it was important that we adopt something that not just biblical, but one that is more impactful in terms of our women and girls. And so hence the reason Deborah's Courtyard was coined. And Deborah's Courtyard will focus on our women, molding them, shaping them, the diamond we want them to be, and the best indeed that they can be.
Understood. Now, it sounds very interactive and very immersive. So as much as you began to tell me before, we are starting at 5 p.m., is it? Tell me a little bit as to what's going to happen for those 3 hours.
Right. So for the 3 hours, we will have launching of the project. We have invited the Minister of Gender Affairs, Minister Ayanna Webster-Roy, who will launch the projects, Minister Foster Cummings, who is the Minister of Youth and National Service. We chose those because we are trying to capture those portfolios that are associated with, yes, gender, yes, youth, and so on. And so what we'll have is some sharing of information. We have a very powerful featured speaker, Mrs. Margaret Sampson-Brown, who will share with us. In fact, for International Women's Day, we celebrate the achievements of our women, whether they be in social spheres, economic spheres, spiritual spheres, whatever. We try to speak to those. So while we celebrate the achievements, we use the opportunity or use the IWD, as it were, as a platform to launch these 2 initiatives. So we'll have that. We'll have some musical interlude. We will have those persons who attend to bring their greetings.
Right.
And at the launch, very important is that we have been able to have, and let me just say, this is a fully sponsored event. We thank our sponsors for this. We will share packages with those persons in attendance. Packages that are important for women. Packages that deal with breast care, breast health, pap testing, healthy recipes, and all of those. We because we want them to improve. We want to improve their mind, body, soul, and spirit, as it were. And so we are sharing information with them, and they will be tracked, as it were. Monitoring of what we do is important, and therefore, even if we give you a voucher for your breast health or for your pap testing, and we have our sponsors supporting the pap testing, the results, tracking, navigating you through the system if there's an issue to be dealt with.
Right.
And so we are launching a whole service, as it were, because we want to improve the lives of our women.
Stuff that anybody, as you said, from all walks of life, all spheres of life, can certainly appreciate. But today is Tobago Thursday here on the Now Morning Show. So tell me a little bit about initiatives that are planned for Tobago, if any.
Right. So Empower Her, so it's EMPOW, a capital HER, Empower Her, is going to be launched in Trinidad. However, Tobago is not left out. In May, Tobago is the Empower Her Tobago edition will be launched as well. And we'll be doing a similar thing. Let me just say, an advocate's register, just as it's going to be launched in Trinidad, it is also going to be launched in Tobago. What the advocate register seeks to do is to engage persons who may have an interest in supporting this initiative to register on the project and to give support. Whatever your talents are, you bring those talents to bear such that we can impact the social issues concerning our women. So that's what, so Tobago is part of it. It's not just one island, it's one nation. We believe that Empower Her could change the landscape. It can improve the social situation of our women. And we want to encourage our women to come on board and be part of this initiative, because it is going to improve our communities. And if our communities improve, our nation will improve. And we really look forward to the support of our women in this regard.
Dr. Carrington, you are absolutely right. Once the standard of living and the quality of life of our women improve, they can impact society so incredibly. And I beautifully appreciate your endeavors. Thank you for joining us this morning, and best of luck with both events. Maybe we'll check back with you in May.
Yes. Thank you very much. And we look forward to tomorrow. Women modestly dressed in white, inspire inclusion. We are counting down to International Women's Day, and experience the courtyard, experience what Empower Her can do for us. Thank you.
Beautiful stuff. Thanks again. Joining us there via Zoom, Dr. Agatha Carrington, the Sovereign Mother Superior of the Spiritual Baptist Faith Incorporated, telling us about two initiatives that are happening, launching on International Women's Day tomorrow, and you can get more about it by checking them out online. But for now, we are going to take a break, coming back with even more to inspire you ahead of International Women's Day on this Tobago Thursday edition of the Now Morning Show.